Thank you to our panelists for this superbly interesting discussion on the world we live in. For our audience, if you missed watching the last session or any part of it, or any other previous session, you will find them on Carnegie India's YouTube channel. And now, to set the context for India's emerging data architecture and to explain the thinking around personal and non-personal data protection regulatory environment in the country, we have a curtain raiser by Anirudh Burman, Associate Fellow, Carnegie India.
The last decade has seen an explosion in the quantity of data being generated every minute. Data has become a valuable economic resource that is powering innovation and economic activity all over the world today. The exploitation of data creates economic opportunities, but also creates privacy concerns. Countries around the world have reacted to these developments by enacting personal privacy laws. The European Union, Singapore, Brazil, and others have enacted personal data protection laws that limit the use of personal data. Most of these require a user's consent be taken before data can be used, and require firms to put in place safeguards for the use of personal data. These laws also establish domestic regulatory agencies whose function is to regulate the use of data by business. India is also considering a similar data protection law. The Personal Data Protection Bill 2019 is currently being considered in Parliament. With regard to personal data, the proposed Indian law is similar to many other laws adopted worldwide. It requires firms to take user consent before collecting data, provides consumers with the right to access and correct their data, and places many obligations on firms that collect data. The law will apply to all sectors on the economy, though certain exemptions will apply to small businesses and specific kinds of data. The government can also exempt specific government agencies from the requirement of this bill, which is a provision intended to be used for giving surveillance agencies leeways. And in addition, the bill also proposes to set up a data protection authority for supervising the collection and use of data. In a departure from many similar laws on the subject, the bill proposes to allow India's central government to mandate firms to share any non-personal data collected by them. Related to this is the draft report of the Government Committee on Non-Personal Data. The report proposes that firms should be mandated to share non-personal data stored by them on publicly accessible platforms for a fee. The report argues that a framework for mandated sharing of non-personal data is likely to lead to higher innovation in India. While these policies take shape in India, some important questions need to be considered. First, what is the right balance between privacy and commercial activity, and how should laws be designed to balance these objectives properly? Second, how do we minimize the harm from the misuse of data to consumers? Consumers, especially in developing countries like India, can potentially benefit significantly from access to online spaces. Any law that inhibits such access can have a negative impact on economic growth. At the same time, rampant misuse of data can also lead to significant losses for consumers and an overall lack of trust in online activity. And last, just like consumers, businesses in developing countries can benefit significantly from innovation such as artificial intelligence that help service consumers in better, cheaper ways, or enable businesses to reach out to an entirely new category of consumers. If data protection law places significant compliance burdens on such businesses, their ability to do so could be constrained. Therefore, this tension between allowing businesses that use technology to grow on the one hand and requiring them to use consumer data with due care on the other is an important tension that policymakers must resolve. The proposals on non-personal data also give rise to similar tensions. 1. What is the right balance between benefits from data sharing that compel firms to share data that they have themselves generated and spurring innovation by mandating that this data be shared publicly? How do we create a good mechanism for sharing this data and for fixing prices for the sharing of this non-personal data? And lastly, Is a framework of extensive government ownership and regulation, like this committee proposes, is it necessary for increased sharing of non-personal data, or can there be light touch methods that enable us to do so? These tensions are especially relevant to India, where most businesses are small and the economy has started undergoing rapid digitization in the past decade. Therefore, it is important to ask how good these proposed frameworks for data regulation in India are.